I love the honesty when there are certain players or certain executives who are willing to tell you what they're thinking and that you look at them and say, wow. Jack, who works on the show with Coca and me, the three legs of the stool, sent me a 5-minute video yesterday to watch of Scottie Scheffler. Scottie Scheffler was being interviewed, and he was talking about how he feels about being the best golfer in the world, how he feels about winning tournaments. And the things that he said are worthy of you listening to. I want to start with some sound of Scottie and what he said, and I want to go through some of the other answers and talk through what our view is of the way that he expressed himself just yesterday.
Playing professional sports is a really weird thing to do. Like, it really is, just because we put in so much effort. We work so hard for something that's so fleeting. I mean, it really is. Like, the feeling of winning just doesn't last that long. You know, when I sit back at the end of the year and, you know, I kind of try to reflect on things, like having that sense of accomplishment from winning the Masters tournament, from winning the PGA Championship, I have a deep sense of gratitude and appreciation for it. But it's just hard to explain how it just doesn't satisfy, is how I would describe it. It's an unsatisfying venture. And so I guess what I'm trying to say is this is not the place to look for your satisfaction. This is something that's where you can have a great appreciation for and a great amount of thankfulness for being able to do this. And it's, I mean, like I said, it's literally one of the most fun things that I can do in my entire life. I love being able to come out here and play golf and compete. But at the end of the day, it's just not what satisfies me.
That's an amazing job of showing vulnerability. And it's something that I don't think about much because of the satisfaction that I get from work and that I've always gotten. That doesn't mean that I am not similar in that way, where when I accomplish something, I look around, enjoy it for a minute, and say, what's next? There is a path of people who are the same in whatever their life is, whatever their job is, however much money they have, whether they're a professional athlete, a sports executive, whether you make schmatas in New York City, whatever it is you do, there are people whose mentality is, what's next? And then the people who don't have that mentality are the same people who say, how can you not enjoy the accomplishment? You climbed the mountain. How do you not enjoy the view? They can't relate to it. Because when I climb the mountain and I look out at the view, I say, oh, that's nice. Down the mountain, looking for the next one. That's not something for you to feel sorry for me about. It's something that is a part of my personality. What Scottie Scheffler was saying is that he was examining his personality and saying, I'm just like Samson. I win the Masters, it feels good for a minute, and then I'm wondering, hey, what's for dinner? What's next? And I worked so hard for so long to do it, and it didn't fulfill me. Okay, what is the goal? What is your goal, Scottie? Or what is your goal? Everyone in the audience. Is your goal money? Is your goal fame? Is your goal family protection? Is your goal to feel a sense of accomplishment? Is your goal to be driven to achieve more and more? Or is your goal to set a goal, reach it, and then be satisfied? This goes back to Alexander Hamilton, who was never satisfied. I would think if you asked Scottie Scheffler about being a parent, he would say, I'm never satisfied. However great my kid is doing, I want him to do better. I want my son to be the best he can be, or the best I think he can be. And then once he's that, I want him to be even better. So what you want your son to do is the very thing that you're saying, hey, I want to be very cognizant of the fact that my fulfillment doesn't come from work. It doesn't come from accomplishment. It comes from family. And if I ever felt like I was not being a good husband or a good father, I would stop working. That is not the choice that many people have. Most people, they can't be a good father and the best at what they do. I've never seen it. I've seen people try to do it. You can't. I've seen people be delusional about doing it, trying to be both. You can't. If you want to be the best golfer in the world, if you want to be the best painter in the world, if you want to be the best podcast host in the world, if you want to be the best at anything in the world, it's being the best at a thing. I want to be the best at three things. I want to be the best pole vaulter, and I want to be the best actor, and I want to be the best father. Wow, that's going to take a lot of work and a lot of different talent. It's hard to be the best at one thing. And I don't think that we should criticize anyone who wants to be the best father instead of the best golfer. I'm not going to. Someone who wants to be the best husband and not the best father. Okay. Someone who wants to be the best husband and not the best golfer. Fine. How about the best golfer, not the best father or the best husband? I'm fine with that too. I'm good with all of it because I know what I am and I know what I want to be the best at and I know what fulfills me and I know what satisfies me. And I would only hope that Scottie and everybody would be as on it, as self-reflective as what Scottie exhibited yesterday when he basically acknowledged, this is fine. You know, whatever. I'm grateful. It's so much money. He didn't mention that part, but it's so much money that I definitely want the money because it helps me provide for my family. And you can provide at any different level and still feel satisfied about what you're providing. But for Scottie Scheffler to have the ability to communicate this made me feel good because that's what we try to do here at Nothing Personal. We're just trying to give you the tools, the audience, to make your own decision about what satisfies you, what feels right to you, and then get that feeling over and over again. If it's work, keep going. If it's being around at home every day for dinner with your child, keep doing that. But if you think that you can do it all, you can't, and it's okay. If I'm listening to Scottie Scheffler and I'm listening to him talk about all the issues he talked about, when he talks that golfing doesn't fulfill him actually, he likes the accomplishment of winning, but he actually felt like, you know, in the deepest places of my heart he was talking about, like deep places that I try not to look ever. It's too painful, but deep places of his heart, he was just saying, you know, I got to tell you, why do I want to win so badly? It doesn't even make sense. Well, I can tell you there's two different ways to look at it. You know what? I want to win every day. I want this show to be bigger today than it was yesterday. I want more of you to listen tomorrow than are listening today, or to watch tomorrow than are watching today. That's what drives me, and I wear it. I love it. Are there sacrifices that are made because of it? You bet your sweet Bippy, as he sits here ringless with his kids not calling. Obviously, there's sacrifices.